Good evening. I would like to call to order the Board of Mayor and Alderman, City of Fayetteville, Tennessee, our regular monthly meeting, May the 9th, 2023. First, we'll have our prayer. It's going to be given tonight by Wanda Tate. Our pledge is going to be given by 3 students from Ralph Askin School. We have Madden Abernathy, 2nd grade, Joseph Abernathy, pre-K, and Justice Fox, 2nd grade. If you'll come forth at this time, please stand. We'll start with our prayer, please.
Can we bow our heads, please? Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we begin this meeting. Help us engage in meaningful discussion. Help us go closer as a group and nurture the bonds of the community. Fill us with your grace, Lord God, as we make decisions, and continue to remind us that all we do today and all that we accomplish is for the greater good and the glory of you. Bless each one here, the ones on the podium, the ones in the audience, and Lord, let everyone know that keep you first in everything that we do, no matter what our positions, because it is all about you. Lord, please excuse me for standing on my feet, but Lord, I am humbled in my heart. Jesus, we ask this in all things in your precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Ready? I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. We wanted to have Miss Wanda sing because that's her specialty, but prayer is good.
That it is. That it is.
Okay, we're going to move to the adoption of the agenda. You have this before you. Are there any additions or corrections? It has been brought to my attention that they would like to move item under new business 8N prior to item 8A.
Motion to approve that move, Mayor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda stands. Next, we have our minutes for the public hearing on April the 11th, 2023. Are there any corrections? Hearing none, those minutes will stand. Regular meeting minutes for April the 11th, 2023. Any corrections? Hearing none, those minutes will stand as written. Move on now to our monthly reports. First up, we have Director Amy Berg contacted me. She had a conflict with the calendar tonight. One of her children is having a graduation or a program at school, so we totally understand that. But Alderman Painter serves on that board, and he might have a little comment.
I do. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Amy Bird we went into the process of actually moving from the building that they are currently in, Fayetteville Main Street, over to where the Pythian building there at the very bottom, where they used to have the Nutrition 931, I think it's maybe.
On the corner.
On the corner, there you go. We've moved into that building. We started the processes of actually moving everything over. We have over close to 18 members now, I believe, if not more. We've grown so much in the past year. We've done great things with Slawburger. We've done great things with our chocolate walk and all that stuff. And so, Amy, I think Amy would be very happy to say that I would say that we've come so far with our volunteers. I know we've added some new board members, and things have just been doing absolutely great with Main Street right now. So, but yeah, that's kind of the report that I hope Amy would say. So, thank you so much.
So that's the board members has grown, and
Yes,
so
it
that's
has.
great.
It has. We can't even fit in that little building anymore. There's so
That's
many
true.
people.
That's true. Thank you, Jacob.
Yes, ma'am.
Next up, we have Director Carolyn Denton from the Fayetteville Lincoln County Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. If you've looked down the street, there's some exciting things going on with the Chamber building. We'd love for you to come down and take a look around. We appreciate the city and the county's contribution toward our window replacement. It was much needed and has really changed the look of the entire building, and hopefully will build an energy savings to us as well. I do want to especially appreciate Ricky Pierce and the Sheriff's Department's work crew for all of their help with this process. We're preparing for the 12th season of Music in the Park at Stonebridge Park. It will be starting this month and be the third Thursday, May through August. The opening concert will be on the 18th with Madison Community Band at 7. The Men of Fayetteville will be performing on June the 15th at 6:30. Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church Men's Chorus will be on July the 20th at 6:30. And then our finale will be Midnight Jane on August the 17th, also at 6:30. We plan to have a lot of food trucks there, and we invite everybody to come and enjoy this free event with our partners, the city and the rec department. So thank you all for your participation in this as well, but it's always a good event, and we invite you to bring your lawn chairs and just enjoy the music. Our official city-county maps are in. I've given everybody a copy of that. They're free at the chamber, and we also have them at all of our participating sponsor locations. Also want to thank Horton Printing and the GIS department with the county for their help with this project, and that we were able to do this locally instead of having a company out of town to help us with the map. Our community guides should be delivered anytime, and we'll be getting those distributed. Our student advisory board had their graduation and tour at Grammar in April, and Julie Mitchell was the recipient of the scholarship this year. She had the most volunteer points for the year. The students raised $600 in their penny drive to benefit the Juniors House Blue Ribbon Walk, which will be coming up on Thursday, and we're looking forward to our next board and getting to meet them, which will be made up of, excuse me, I'm having throat problems, Lincoln County High School, the Fayetteville City High School, Riverside Christian Academy, and homeschool students. Applications for the Leadership Lincoln upcoming class are available on the Chamber's website at FayettevilleLincolnCountyChamber.com. We have several ribbon cuttings going on. Last Friday we had the Mercantile on Market, which is on the south side of the square. It was in conjunction with their 1-year anniversary. Today we went and celebrated with Old Time Christian Outreach, which is located at 1992 Pulaski Highway. They collect and supply clothes for folks in need. So this is a great organization. And we're glad to have them as part of the chamber. Friday on the 12th will be At Your Service Handyman. The owner's name is Lawrence Dodge, and he will be bringing his truck to Fayetteville Lumber, and we'll be having his ribbon cutting there since he has no bricks and mortar location. So Fayetteville Lumber is being kind enough to have us there. On Thursday, I will be setting up a tourism booth at the I-65 Welcome Center for National Tourism Week. Our Tee Off for Progress for all you golfers will be on June the 16th at Pebble Creek. You can call the chamber to sign up to play or to be a sponsor at 433-1234. And also, last but not least, want to remind all of our nonprofits, if they're looking for a fundraising opportunity, Host a Christmas Past is a great way to raise some funds. And if you need some ideas, you can call the chamber and we'll be glad to discuss that with you. But of course, it seems like November's a long way away, but it'll be here before we know it. So just wanted to remind everybody about that. That's my report.
Any questions?
Ms. Carolyn, again, I want to commend you for the Thank You Jump for Music in the Park. I know myself have been a part of this, and it brings a lot of people to the community, almost to the point where there's not even any standing room at the Stonebridge Park. So this is awesome, and if people don't know what Music in the Park is, it's a great thing that actually brings people to this community. And so thank you for doing this, and like I said, being a part of it
Yes.
myself.
We're going to miss your fire breathing.
Yes, that's actually that was the first time I ever actually did that stunt.
Really?
So,
Well,
thank you.
You look pretty comfortable
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
just glad we didn't burn the park down. So that would be
well,
Brian's department after that.
yeah.
But thank you for this.
Thank you.
Music's going to save us all, and that's one thing
look
that
forward
helps
to
our
seeing
community.
y'all there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we'll go into our standing committee reports. First up is the fire department. Chief Kimbrough.
Thank you, Mayor. For the month of April, the fire department responded to 77 calls. That includes 60 EMS runs, 2 fires, and 1 water rescue.
Any
That's my
questions?
report.
Thank you.
EMS is good, ain't it?
That's it.
Item B, police department. Chief Pendergraft.
Thank you, Mayor. The police department responded to 1,189 calls for service last month. We made 76 arrests on 89 different charges. We issued 90 citations for 118 violations. We had 31 traffic accidents, 4 with injuries. And I want to take a second and brag on my night shift guys. Major drug arrest the other night. Came about just good police work at a domestic situation, and I'm proud of it.
We appreciate your officers and all of our employees, but that was a very good thing for our city. We've got to think about keeping our city safe. Thank you so much, Chief. Any comments?
Doing a great job, man. Thank you.
Item C, finance department. Jenny Irwin.
For local option sales tax for the current month, we are at 290,000, or have received in 290,325.76. Year over year, we have received an increase of 232,904.81, and are at 84.28% of our $3.2 million budget for local option sales tax. Occupancy tax for the current month, we have received in $15,829.29. Year over year, we have received in an increase of $33,274.79, and we are at 97% of our $160,000 budget. Property tax for the current month, we have received in $55,967. Year to date, we are under $138,272 for this time versus last year, and we're at 91.51% of our annual budget for property tax.
Thank you. Recreation department.
Thank you, Mayor. Our electrical work at Don Davidson Park, we're looking at our final parts to be in May, and the work should be completed by the end of June, 1st of July. Our drainage work at Don Davidson Park will begin soon, hopefully within the next few weeks. Our concrete bollards at S.J. King Park, they have been installed and completed. Our spring sports update, soccer was finished this weekend and it was a good season, and baseball is continuing. Our soccer field complex update for our net installations, we're still coordinating. Hopefully we'll have that done within the next month. And our Lee parking lot update, our pipe has just come in and we are looking to have that work done here soon. Pool house floor painting, the painting has been completed and we're great for that. And our fishing rodeo will be on June the 10th at Stonebridge Park. And that's my report.
Thank you, Brian. And this fishing rodeo, that's children from ages?
Ages 8 on,
8 to
8 up.
Okay, thank you. Public Works Department, Director Plunkett.
Thank you, Mayor. The month of April, a 230 ton of sanitation, 212 ton of brush. I was asked to get a price on paving Forest Street from Main down to Lincoln. I got that late this afternoon. It's going to be $10,500. And that's my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Any
Uh,
comments?
Madam Mayor, I just want to say one thing to Eddie. I actually had some education the other day. One of your employees, you know him as a pretty good nickname, but you know who I'm talking about, Danny. Danny actually gave me some education on when you're when you're throwing things away outside. He educated me on separating things. Like if you put grass out on one thing and then certain lumber things, building material. A lot of people have been adding all that together. And he actually said, hey Jacob, if you would separate things would get picked up a lot quicker. That way we're not coming by and, well, I can't pick that up because it's here. But I would like to educate the people out of Fayetteville. If you have anything that is separate, or if you got grass, if you got building material, if you got mattresses, whatever, separate those things. Don't add them all together. That way things can get picked up separately because it goes to different parts of the dump. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just wanted to let everybody know, because I didn't know, and if I didn't know, I know probably other people didn't know as well. So thank y'all, and tell Danny I appreciate it for educating me on that, because I didn't know anything about it. So thank you.
Anything else?
I just have one question. Will that survey that you did on Forest Street be added to this current bid that's going out
We've already
for the paving?
we've already received this current bid,
Will that be added?
so we'll have to.
It's part of this bid. He gave us a $15 yard
Okay,
to do extra work, and that's what it's based on.
okay, thank you.
So that is under, you have your individual streets separated out, bidded individually, and then underneath that, there's additional paving at $15
Yes,
a
ma'am.
yard. So that's where it would come in, the
Yes,
Forest
ma'am.
Street, okay? All right, thank you. Moving on to planning and codes.
Thank you, Mayor. 17 building permits were issued in April. The total project valuation was $397,453. The total permit fees were $1,451. Mr. Williams attended the Tennessee Building Officials Association Annual Conference on April the 23rd through the 26th to obtain his continuing education hours. The property maintenance log for April is on your iPads. 45 violations were written. The demos at 1000 Campbell Street West and 412 Market Street West are completed. We did have 2 condemnation hearings for 400 Market Street West and 410 Algeria Street. Both property owners have decided to pull demo permits and will have 30 days to complete their demos. At the April Planning Commission meeting, a site plan was approved for the Smyrna Ready Mix concrete plant on Main Avenue South. The blueprint archival project is still going smoothly. We just completed another box, and he has scanned approximately 1,813 sheets of blueprints. We have received several positive feedback from residents on the 2 articles that were put in the Elk Valley Times regarding property maintenance regulations and permit requirements. On the home grant, 2 of the 4 permits have been pulled and work has begun. 509 Cherokee Avenue is receiving a remodel valued at $177,000, and 708 Hedgemont Avenue is receiving a remodel valued at $97,000. All 4 of these projects must be completed by June of 2024. On the ADA plan, Mr. Williams and myself has accessed the municipal building and have identified 15 projects listed as high priority that we will be completing before the end of the fiscal year. We are in the process of ordering braille signage, paper towel dispensers, and accessing some chair removal that will have to happen in the auditorium for wheelchair assessment. The Board of Zoning Appeals meeting was held on April the 24th, and a variance was approved to allow accessory structures in the side yard at 67 Liberty Road. We also had a Board of Appeals meeting held on May the 1st Danny Shelton was elected chairman, and Mr. Hill went through the process in helping us revise the policies and procedures for this board. Other members include Brenda Neely, Joey Wooliver, Vince Kearns, and Dean Bevels. The CGI video project is coming up. The photo and video shoot will be held May the 24th through the 26th. Michelle Mitchell, Brian Carter, and myself are in the process of mapping out the route for each day of shooting, and we kindly ask that all residents and businesses make sure their property is in tip-top shape because they may get a chance to be featured in the videos during that week. And lastly, our community cleanup program is going strong. Our first large cleanup day is scheduled for May the 20th from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. We will be meeting at the Glogren Community Center on Clark Avenue, and our target area will be the streets and right-of-ways in and around the old hospital. Student volunteers can receive credit hours for participation, and lunch will be provided by the Kent Quick Company that day. The Housing Authority has let us attend their board meeting and their resident meeting to get word out to the residents in and around that area, and so we graciously appreciate their support in this endeavor. And that's my report.
Thank you. Any comments? Okay, moving on to the City Administrator's report.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Board, Alderman, and the public. You have received my report for the month of April, but in addition to what has occurred in April, some of the things we have to look forward to, Chris had just mentioned the cleanup, and we're getting a lot of support for the cleanup. We're expecting a big day on May 20th. Eddie and his crew has extended officer help, so we're expecting a big day, and we are hopeful that after May 20th we can see more cleanup efforts that are strictly volunteer in nature. We also have been working on the sidewalk bid process. We have a huge meeting on Friday, May 12th, which Eddie and I will be a part, working with Croy as well as FPU to get things started, and we have the goal to have that bid out by the end of May so we can get the sidewalks project started. Earlier today we met as far as with Lisa Cross to get them for an intent to apply for the multimodal. If we're successful with that and given the permission to apply, we will be able to extend more sidewalks throughout the community, as well as meet some of the ADA requirements that we need to do. So staff had a long meeting today, which included Public Works, Finance, and Planning to see what we can do as far as putting the best grant possible. And finally, I just want to emphasize that we do have a big marketing piece coming in, as Christy mentioned, and I know that team has been working weekly for almost 2 months, and that's Christy, Brian, and Michelle, to make sure we are seen at our best light. So this is a film product that has been in existence for about 4 or 5 years, but they will be here at May 24th through the 26th, and we need to be looking at our best at that time. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. We have no unfinished business. We'll be moving on to new business. We're going to call item N first. That is for resolution R 2023-09. This is a resolution to recognize the 2022 Fayetteville High School Tiger football team on the occasion of their 2022 season, which resulted in the winning of the 2022 Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association Division I Class A Region 5 football championship. Whereas it is appropriate that the member of this board and alderman should honor those citizens who have performed with uncommon commitment and have achieved exceptional success in their area of focus. And whereas the Fayetteville High School football team is one such estimable group who has a senior group posted a 4-year record of 46-5, which included 4 region titles and a state championship. Whereas in 2022, Fayetteville High School Tigers football team, having finished a perfect 10-0 regular season, holding a #1 ranking for 6 weeks of the regular season and having 7 players make the Region 5 1A All-Region team. 4 players receive Region 5 1A Region Team Honorable Mention, also having team members named as Region 5 1A Special Teams Player of the Year, 2 players named as Co-Defensive Player of the Year, Lineman of the Year, 2 players named as Co-Offensive Players of the Year, Coach of the Year, Coaching Staff of the Year, and a Tennessee 1A Mr. Football nominee. They recorded 4,943 total yards with a pass completion percentage of 68.8% and scored 73 touchdowns and only allowed 18 touchdowns scored by other teams, while also racking up 23 sacks for the season, while maintaining a team academic average of 3.33. And whereas Fayetteville High School completed the season with 4 players participating in the East-West All-Star Game and 1 who participated in the Nashville All-American Bowl, and 5 players who signed to play with colleges after graduation. Whereas the Fayetteville High School football team exemplifies the spirit, character, dedication, and commitment to excellence for which we should all strive. The Fayetteville Board of Mayor and Aldermen are pleased to recognize them at this time, and therefore be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen that we extend to each of the members of the 2022 Fayetteville High School football team our sincerest wishes for their continuing success academically and athletically. Read and adopted this 9th day of May 2023. Do I have a motion to accept this resolution?
So moved.
Second. First by Alderman Small, second Alderman Alder. If the football team would come forward, we have a presentation for you, please.
Kind of come in here and kind of move it around, and I just wind up and open times we get your photograph.
I think the coaches should come up for the picture as well. Look at there, trying to hide in the back.
The administrator, last picture with the administrator.
Is he here?
He's Bill's down
Yeah,
there.
Bill's around there somewhere.
Mr. Hawkins, would you like to join the picture?
Please do not
Oh my goodness.
I bet they'd say they couldn't have done it without you.
You need your tiger coat for that.
Hiding in the back.
Okay, and here's your resolution that is framed. You can hang it in your trophy case. So she'll get one more picture with you and your resolution. Thank you.
I just want to say, I know before we move on, you know, the Fayetteville City School System and the guys, I know y'all are heading out, but I saw a bunch of smiling faces out there. I mean, I know hopefully y'all's heads aren't as big so y'all can't get out the door, but y'all did an absolutely great time. Me being a Fayetteville City Tiger myself and being a part of the Lions Bowl championship game back in 2005, I know you guys have worked really hard and done some great things, and I look forward to seeing the things that y'all do in y'all's future, not only as athletes, but as scholars as well. So you guys, y'all keep doing what you do best, and that's being great and being humble and just being good citizens. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do we need to vote on that?
We need to vote on that.
Okay, I have a first and second. Any more discussion? Okay, we call the roll, please.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye. Motion carries. Now we'll move to item 8A. This is called for a public hearing for the FY 2024 City of Fayetteville budget, which will be presented on June the 13th. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Mayor.
First
Second.
by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Call for the vote, please.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
No.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item B, call for a public hearing for the FY 2024 Fayetteville City School budget. This will also be heard prior to the Board of Mayor and Alderman meeting on June the 13th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second. First motion is by Alderman Alder, second by Alderman Small. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye. Motion carries. Item C, this is a request for the to apply for the 2023 Multimodal Access Grant. Mr. Owens spoke of that earlier, about it would be an extension of sidewalks around the square. If we were to get that grant, this is for to apply only, a request to apply only. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Allen. Any discussion? Call the roll, Pam.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen? Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Okay, moving on to item D. This is the street paving bid results. You have before you a list, individual list of streets that were bid for paving. We're finally getting to move on with this after FPU has completed construction on these streets. They will be paid out of the bond funds. Any additional streets that would be added, it's included in this bid for the $15 that we mentioned earlier per square foot. So do I have a motion to accept this bid?
Mayor, I move we accept this bid, but also to remove Lincoln Avenue, which is $23,750, remove that and add a portion of Forest Street for $10,500.
Second. Okay. A motion by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Small. Is there any additional discussion? Pam, will you call the roll?
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item E, this is concerning 203 Maple Street West property. This motion would be to accept this property. Our city attorney was approached by the landowner. She is unable to take this property down, do a demolition on this property herself, so she wants to give it to the city. The city would acquire this property and then do a demolition on it. It would also include the acceptance of the property. Also, Planning and Codes has a fund or a portion of their budget that is set aside for demolition. The available balance right now is $10,300, so it would be short $2,700 because the bid came in at $13,000 to demo this house. So do I have a motion to accept and to the additional $2,700?
Motion.
Second. Okay, this was motion by Alderman Bryant, second by Alderman Allen. Any discussion? Okay, would you call the roll, Pam?
Miss Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item F, this is for the Fayetteville City Schools 2023 budget amendment number 2. This is for general purposes. This happens about this time of year where the books are adjusted as needed as items have been spent. Do I have a motion for this amendment?
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Alderman Martinez, second by Alderman Painter. Any discussion? Pam, we call the roll?
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Item G, this is also for Fayetteville City Schools for the FY 2023 Budget Amendment Number 3. This also is a general purpose amendment. I think this is concerning their summer school programs. And do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, this amendment was a motion by Alderman Painter, second by Martinez. Any discussion? Pam, we call the roll?
Miss Allen? Aye. Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to item H. This is ordinance 2023-06, City of Fayetteville, FY 23 Budget Amendment Number 7. This is an ordinance for the city to adjust their books accordingly. This is concerning some of the bond projects, and these budgets have been pre-approved. Also, a capital adjustment, $56,000 for fire equipment. Do I have a motion for this ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Alder, second Alderman Painter. Any discussion? We call the roll.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item I, this is FY 2023 Audit Engagement Letter from Putnam and Hancock. What happens with this every year, we hire a CPA firm to come in and audit our books, which the fiscal year ends June 30. This is to be presented to the Comptroller of Tennessee. The letter talks about their engagement, what the accounting firm will be looking for, and how they will report. Do I have a motion to accept this letter from Putnam and Hancock?
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you. Motion by Alderman Bryant. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Alder. Any discussion? Can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item J, this is come from the Friends of Fayetteville, Lincoln County Veterans. I think Ms. Linda Williams contacted our city administrator concerning the flags that they put out every year beginning in May. And I believe the flags stay out till November after Veterans Day. So due to the extent of time that they're out in the weather and the heavy traffic, the flags take a beating, and this year they need to replace 75 flags. They're $10 each. That's a total request of $750. This will be split with city and county. So we're asking the city board to pay $375 toward the purchase of new flags. Do I have a motion for this?
Motion to approve.
I second that motion.
Okay. Motion by Alderman Allen, second by Alderman Painter. Any discussion? You call the roll?
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item K, Ralph Askin School Tiger Tracks event permit. This event will happen on May the 12th. I think they had spoken that they haven't got to do it in several years because of COVID, and now they're getting back into the swing of things. So this is kind of to celebrate the end of the school year for our little ones. And I just need a motion for this permit.
So moved, Mayor.
Second.
Okay, motion by Alderman Painter, second by Alderman Martinez. Is there any discussion on this item? You call the roll, Pam?
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item L, this is a Recovery Fest event permit. This event will be at the Stonebridge Park. It is October the 14th. and it begins at 8:30 in the morning. This has been through the police department and approved. Do I have a motion for this event permit?
Motion to approve, Mayor.
Motion by Alderman Alders, second.
I second.
Alderman Painter, second. Is there any discussion? We call the roll, Pam?
Mr. Alder?
Aye.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye. Motion carries. And last but not least is the Kids Fishing Rodeo event. This is Saturday, June the 10th at Stonebridge Park from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. This has been through the police department and approved. Asking for the board to approve. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Alder makes a motion, second by Alderman Painter. Is there any discussion? Call the roll, Pam.
Miss Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Bryant?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Mr. Painter?
Aye.
Ms. Small?
Aye.
Mr. Alder?
That concludes our business for tonight, and closing comments, we'll start with Alderman Small.
Just like to congratulate Fayetteville City Schools football team again on their many, many accomplishments and hope that they go far. And just remind everyone, this is National Nurses Week, so if you see a nurse, thank them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Again, thank everybody so much for coming out, and I also want to congratulate the Fayetteville City football team. I also want to say that the Humane Society of Lincoln County and the Blue and Gray Brotherhood, who is a group that I've worked with numerous times in the past, who do a lot of great things for unprivileged children. They're having the 3rd annual cornhole tournament at the Humane Society here in Lincoln County. Addresses are 1714 and 1718 Pulaski Highway. Please bring your lawn chairs. There's going to be music, there's going to be cornhole, there's going to be food, there's going to be fun. Going to be $20 a person, and all benefits will go to the Humane Society. So again, thank you all so very much for coming out and support your local animal shelter.
Martinez?
I'd like to say congratulations one more time and repeat what everybody said about the Fayetteville City Tigers. Great year, consistently one after another, and I hope it keeps growing. And school's about out, so watch out for the kids, and there'll be a lot of kids out ready to go next week. I believe it's it, right, Tanya?
Mm-hmm,
That's
that's
next
it.
week. But thank you for the city school system for everything they've done, and I hope we have another great year with them. And the Chamber, I want to thank you for everything you do as well. Thank you.
Alderman Bright?
Congratulations to the Tigers. They have, a great football program. They have a great basketball program. They did very well this year. They do very well in most everything they try to do, everything they do really. So everybody try to stay safe, and school will be out for long, and let's watch out for the young people. Thank you.
I want to congratulate Mr. Hopkins on his retirement. We're going to miss you very much. I also want to congratulate the Fayetteville City, Lincoln County, and Riverside graduates next week. I believe all 3 schools graduate next week.
Just want to say proud of the City Tigers, and just thank you to all the city employees.
Mr. Owens, do you have anything to say? No? Okay. I just want to remind everybody, Sunday is Mother's Day. Be sure to hug and thank that special person in your life. It may be a mother, stepmother, grandmother, dad, whoever. Just find somebody to thank for your raising. Graduation, I mean, it's so exciting for these students. I know that they're happy for all 3 schools to finally reach this goal in their life, so that's exciting. Remember, first Saturdays, the first Saturday of each month, 10 to 4, come out and buy you some produce or candles or whatever we have. Just spend time on the square. Mr. Hopkins, we're going to miss you. Congratulations on your graduation. I'm going to be gone in Nashville tomorrow for a meeting with TVA, so I'm going to miss your event, but I know you'll have a big crowd. Remember, Memorial Day is coming up, and it's also National Teachers Day, I understand, Dorothy. So nurses and teachers, congratulations.
Thank you, teacher, for sure.
We will see you next month.
I live with one, so I